Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition love and general reading. This is for the element of fire. So if you are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st, 2023. So I want to thank you guys for all your love and support. Please keep in mind these are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully you get some clarity. Also, if you're wanting to book a personal or private reading, be sure to check the description box below for ways to reach me. All right, so you have the overall energy as Death. You've got the King of Wands. You have the Tower. You've got the Five of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Fool, and the Ten of Wands. All right. So I kind of feel like maybe there's been some sort of a shakeup in your world, in your life. Something may have kind of made you have to view things from a different perspective. Also, certain situations could have caught you off guard. And I just kind of feel like, you know, there is a big change that may have recently happened or maybe is getting ready to. There could be some sort of disturbance in your routine. It also seems like maybe unseen forces at some point may have intervened in your life to put you on a new path. And, you know, I feel like something had to happen. Something was inevitable. You also may have felt like you've been free falling and just falling and falling. And maybe you've been feeling like this for a while and you don't know, where you're going to land. And it does seem like finally there's an ending to this free falling. Something's going to stop. This kind of makes me feel too like something being broken. Maybe you've been stuck in some sort of rut, or some sort of streak that you've been on, and it's just kind of like coming to an end, whether it's a good streak or a bad streak. It just looks like it's broken. Something is broken. If you felt like maybe there was any type of work on being done on you, I feel like it's broken. But it seems like there's been a lot of transformative things happening in your life. If you felt like you couldn't shake an energy or move on from somebody, or you've been trying to cut ties, I feel like maybe finally something is ending or it's gone. If you feel like there's been a fire sign stuck in your energy, there's a strong possibility that that energy is no more. Now, another way I see this is that spiritually, there could be a spirit around you. Like maybe something's been trying to get your attention. Maybe something has been trying to communicate with you. Yeah. It could be something around you, like a spirit. For the most part, though, I feel that there is a big change coming up in your life. I feel like you're at the end of something. And that also might be why something becomes more and more difficult, because it's like you're at the end. Like, just know the harder it gets, or if you feel like you're at your breaking point, you are at your breaking point, like no more. Something's got to give. And so I feel like there is something that is getting ready to stop or come to an end. especially if you have been carrying some sort of a burden or some sort of a weight. It also could be that this is the last big burden that you'll have. Maybe you've been taking on the burdens of other people, or just having a lot to carry on you. And it's kind of like this is the last time, this is the last major thing before your life changes or moves in a different direction. Another thing that's kind of being pushed is like you having to change or get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've been stuck or just you got too complacent with things, and I feel like something's going on where it's like you have to change, or maybe things have been falling apart because that's spirit's way, of the universe's way of telling you that you've got to change. You've got to go in a new direction. You can't stay the same. So I feel like if you've been feeling like you've been under a lot of pressure or dealing with a lot of chaos, that may be clues about you having to go in a different direction. Another thing I'm getting is that there could actually be, what do you call it, a water sign, especially more so a Scorpio, that is trying to get your attention or trying to express or communicate something to you. But I feel like the way they're going about it is either immature or is just underdeveloped. Something about the communication. Like, I feel like this person is not speaking your language, or maybe you're the one that's been trying to get their attention. You guys just might not be speaking each other's language. Like, you don't know how to talk to them, they don't know how to talk to you, so things are going over your heads. So I feel like there's a need to learn how to communicate with each other. You might be feeling very nurturing or intuitive. Someone also might be doing something for attention and you kind of treat them like a child. Or maybe that is how you handle it. You're like, okay, let me talk to them like they're a baby because they don't really understand, and you just kind of like go into this like parent, mother type nurturing ways. Even if you're a male, it just seems like you just start talking to someone as if they're a child because, the way they're acting. It could be somebody at work. It could be a love interest, whatever the case. I just kind of feel like somebody is having to just like, okay, maybe if I speak like this, they'll understand. But it does seem like somebody's doing something for attention. You also might find yourself acting out of character or just like not caring what people have to say or think. Maybe you're aware that your behavior is off and you're like, I don't care. Like, I'm doing whatever I want. Why not? I'm getting a lot of like unexpected events or scenarios going on with you guys. You might find yourself feeling lightheaded at times or dizzy as well. And it seems like you're also running away or trying to avoid responsibility. but it keeps catching up with you. Something might require you to think outside of the box as well. You might find that you can't conform to certain ways and you're like, I have to do this my way, or, I've got to be innovative. Like something's going on where you feel like you've got to be completely out there, or a way to just kind of like put yourself out there in a sense, or make yourself heard. I'm getting chaotic energies, scattered energies. There's a lot going on. You also might not know where to start if it's a lot going on, a lot of chaos around you. You're like, maybe you feel like you're putting out fires everywhere and you're just like spinning around. You're like, man, I just did this, or, oh, and this, you don't know where to start. It almost seems like you feel kind of lost, or like I said, it's some sort of free falling. You don't know what's happening. You're just kind of like going with it. You're going wherever the wind. You might come off very fickle, unstable. Definitely something's going on with your foundation. Your foundation isn't stable or solid. Is something's going on with your security, I feel. You're starting ideas and not finishing them. I just kind of feel like you can't think and you don't know where to start. Something is also up in the air. Maybe you need answers from somebody else before you can take some sort of action, and you're just like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't, I need them to do this before I could do this. And, just everything is just like up in the air. Yeah. I do feel like you're going to land on your feet. You might be taking some sort of a big risk as well, or just kind of like throwing everything up in the air. But I do feel that whatever is going on, you're going to land on your feet. Again, I'm getting the energy of something or someone trying to get your attention, or something is like a wake-up call. I kind of feel like somebody is wanting you to look, and it does seem like you look. You also might hear like a bunch of disturbances outside your window, and might find yourself getting up to run to the window. Like, what is going on? Like, what is all this noise? So something could be distracting you. In a love situation, like I said, I kind of feel like somebody maybe has a strange way of trying to get your attention, or someone is just trying to like get you to notice something. They don't care if it's annoying you. They're just like, I just need a reaction. Are you paying attention? Okay, that's all I want to know. Like somebody is just like really wanting to know if you care. This also could be you. You might just be just doing a bunch of things and throwing everything at the wall until something sticks, and you're just like, okay, is it gonna work, or is this, something going on where it's a very chaotic behavior going on. I also feel like there's a burning desire for something that you're fighting against. Like it's something you want to do. Maybe you have to go to school or you have to study, or maybe something requires you to travel. Something, it might be conflicting with your schedule, or something that you're passionate about, but you need to fight for it, or you need to break out of your comfort zone to have whatever it is that you're passionate about. So if you are wanting to travel or you want to pursue some sort of dream, I feel like you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. I also feel like there's an attraction between people who are being resistant towards this attraction. It's like instead of just letting things play out, like let's see where this goes, it's kind of like fighting against it. Like, I don't want to see where this goes. I don't want to have feelings. I don't want to be attracted to this person. So I don't know what the reason is for, but I feel like there's some sort of resistance between you and another person. There's an energy there that could be really nice, but the both of you are being resistant towards it. And whatever spirit is trying to guide you to, you're fighting against it. Maybe you want something to work out your way, or you want something to play out the way you thought it would play out in your mind. And because it's not doing that, your ego is fighting against how it's manifesting. You're like, I don't want it to manifest like this, or I didn't want it to manifest so soon. Like, I feel like you're just needing to let it happen. It's possible that you could be trying to disconnect from an air sign, or maybe they're trying to disconnect from you. I feel like there is somebody's feelings may have gotten hurt, or maybe someone is feeling rejected. I also feel that somebody is going to kind of express themselves or be like an open book and then feel self-conscious about it, or too vulnerable, and then possibly delete it. If you have a telepathic connection with somebody, I feel like you're trying to cut it off. Somebody is coming off very guarded and defensive after initially being open and vulnerable. You might keep dreaming about a water sign or vice versa. I feel like somebody also does not want to fall in love, but at the same time, they feel it happening. Now, somebody could be keeping their distance because they know the other person's in a relationship and they're like, I love them, but I'm just going to keep my distance. it does seem like there is a possibility of feeling torn between two people. Especially if you're like in a dead end relationship, you might feel like maybe it's time for me to pursue something new, or maybe I should let this go. Maybe I'm holding on to an illusion. So you might be questioning a relationship that you're currently in. You also might be looking over at the potential of someone and fantasizing, or maybe you're curious about whether or not if the grass is greener, or maybe it's more so just a fantasy you're having and just wondering what if. But I definitely feel like somebody is torn between two people. Either you are, or somebody is torn between you and another person. Somebody is at a distance. Somebody wants what they want, but is at a distance. And I feel like there is this wonderment of, can this dream be my reality? You also might find yourself looking at people who have the life that you want, and not really looking with envy, but just kind of saying that you want that. You're like, that's the life that I want, or that's the person that I want, or the type of relationship that I want. Also, I feel spiritually somebody is visiting you in a dream, especially if they're a water sign. You might go ahead and take some sort of a trip, do something very sporadic. You might be willing to risk everything to have everything. You might do something with the mindset of you've got nothing to lose. I kind of feel like somebody's just going to throw something out there. They're like, okay, this might sound crazy, or this is a wild idea, but what do you think about this? And so I don't know if you are posing this idea to somebody or vice versa, but somebody is just like throwing it out there. They're like, this is crazy. Like, hear me out. This is crazy, but what do you think about XYZ? Yeah, it seems like you're going to do something very risky. And I feel like you're leaving behind one comfort or security for another. Like you're willing to risk it all. I kind of feel like a risk could pay off though. And you might even surprise yourself, or just be like, I didn't know that that would actually happen. But I feel like it is something impulsive, and your intuition might be right about something. Somebody might offer some sort of crazy opportunity, and you're just like, why not? I'll do it. Yeah. You just run with it. Especially if something seems kind of once in a lifetime. My only warning is somebody maybe needs to make sure that they're, if you have like a dog, or any pet, but especially like a dog, look out for them because they might run out into the street. Okay, some of you have like this big emotional burden, or you've been paying off some sort of karmic debt, especially with family. But I feel like that is coming to an end. And I feel like you're burning off past karmas and being purified. You also might feel this obligation or responsibility for your family. Maybe you feel like you're needing to rescue your family in some way, or everything rests upon you. Either way, I feel like whatever this burden is coming to an end, and you are going to get some sort of freedom or relief. In a love situation, I feel like somebody can no longer suppress these feelings that they're having, and so I feel like they're going to risk it and just kind of express themselves or say what they're thinking, or they're going to communicate what they're feeling. I'm getting something about burning desire again, burning desires, feeling very passionate. I feel like you're feeling very passionate about some things. You also might be feeling inspired by a movie that you're looking at, or music that you're listening to might give you some new or fresh ideas about what you want to do in life, or maybe something becomes very clear to you and you're like, you were inspired by listening to a certain song or watching a movie. You get inspired. I also feel like someone can no longer continue to just be friends. And I feel like somebody is like, I don't want to just be friends. I'm in love, or I want to be with you. Like somebody is, so something initially starts off platonic, and then I feel like it turns into something romantic. Now, another thing I'm seeing is something about your home or family expanding. So either someone is moving in or visiting. All right, so let's pull some energy cards. All right, additional messages for fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have adjacent possibilities, a woman holding a heart, rest and rejuvenation, overall energy, deceit. Well, for one, I kind of feel that going back to that free falling, like something's going on where maybe there's too many opportunities, or something's going on to the point where you just don't know where to start, and you're like, I don't know where to begin, I don't know where to start. But there are a lot of possibilities to something that you're wanting. So also a bunch of opportunities might open up at the same time, which throws you off. It could be suddenly multiple love offers, or suddenly a lot of I don't know, things that you're wanting, so opportunities, career, job, a place to live. It just seems like a bunch of things open up all at once. Now I'm also getting something about someone having access to your personal information somehow. Someone has like access to like all your passwords, or if something doesn't work, they're like, okay, I could get in this way or that way. In a love situation, I feel like an ex that you used to live with, somebody still has the key. They can still enter the house. So I kind of feel like someone still has access to your personal space. Spiritually, someone might be remote viewing. I just feel like somebody has like passwords or passcodes, and they're just like, I know how to get, I don't care, you could change your password. I have like a password generator, coder, decoder, and I know I can figure it out over and over again. Like somebody is continuously accessing your information. Another thing I see is that someone is trying to lure you in or lure you towards them, but it's like their love language, or someone has a strange way of expressing their love. I'm getting something about like windows, like in regards to computers. I just feel like, again, somebody is like trying to access you. If you feel too chaotic, you might need to just kind of take a breather. You might need to get back centered. You also might be dealing with some sort of moral beliefs. Your morals are like, you're trying to figure something out and ask yourself like, is this right? Or are you going to be able to sleep at night if you do this? There's something going on where I feel like you're kind of questioning your morals. Like maybe the way you can make money is something that goes against your beliefs, but at the same time you're like, but it's there, it must be for me, something like that. I just kind of feel like maybe you're trying to really ask yourself what's right. I also feel that you are going to detect or sense when someone is in your energy. Like you can feel it. You're like, okay, this person's around me, or this person, I know this person's in my energy, I could feel them. If someone is trying to channel you or communicate with you telepathically, I feel like you can hear it or feel it. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.